All right, we are live. Hey everyone, welcome. Coach Jay here. It is Tuesday. I trust this finds you all amazing well. And today is part two of a Facebook series that I'm doing called 3T's to Personal Growth. In the last week, I unveiled truth, item number one, the first T, truth. Uncovering your real inner purpose, your true north, your truth. And for any of you that may have missed that Facebook Live, I would love for you to chime in, to comment. You can find it in the news feed. It is a good setup to this conversation I'm going to share with you today. So, as a recap, last week I talked about going into the jungle, going into that dense jungle um, to reconnect with the true essence of you. And it's a key to personal growth, because without that, there's always going to be some misalignment that shows up in your life, in your business, in your relationships, and so forth. And it's a process, and stripping away things that don't serve you, getting to the heart of you. And once you connect to that tree of life, that essence of creation, then you can begin to really manufacture and build the life, the person that you are truly by design, without all the added pressure of society and peers and colleagues and partners and whatever. You, just you, and your true authentic self. Now, part two of the Facebook series, I'm going to talk about the second T, trust. We do the work, right? We go into the jungle, and as we begin to emerge from the jungle, that's when trust plays a huge, important role in us staying on that path, right? And here's the thing that I want everyone to remember, that when truth lands, when real truth lands, trust begins. It's very important. We've all been there. We've all had decisions that we've made, and it could be it could be a tagline as a business owner. It could be a conversation to sell something in your household. And when it truly lands for you, though, there's an element of trust. There's a peace that comes from it. Like, it feels right. Instinctively, it feels right. When truth lands, trust begins. So as we begin to emerge from the jungle, now what happens is we have a clear picture of what we want. Now it gets dangerous. Now we have to navigate the sharks that begin to swim around. Things that we discarded on that path to find our inner truth, now we're going to show themselves back in, right? Back on us, and start to try to eat away at us. The naysayers, the negativity mongers out there, society, colleagues, relationships, whatever it is, family, right? Whatever it is, they're going to start to chip away. How do we maintain trust in the path that we're going? So I'm going to share a couple of things. Number one, never forget the work that you did to uncover your truth. Okay? Because that instinctively always will reignite trust in what is taking place. And I'll give you some context. I have a Wi-Fi lifestyle. Very blessed to do so. I can work from anywhere. And this is predominantly where I work, especially in this time. This is also the landscape with which some serious life transformation happened. Painful, gut-wrenching, alone, solitary, dark. Right there, 10 feet away from me, right? An empty apartment, rebuilding a life, wallowing in self-misery, doing the work, right? Doing the work, but honoring that journey. And I can't tell you how empowering it is to know, and painful. I don't like to revisit that section of my life when I was in the quagmire of shit. Yet, when I remember it though, it fucking fuels me. Because here I am now in front of you, and I can see the man that was wallowing in self-despair, with feeling lost. I can see the man that took books on his bookshelf and was launching them like grenades across the fucking condominium. Fuck that, right? However, it's the journey. And when I think of that and where I am now, fuck, that it reignites my trust. So when my trust starts to maybe crack a little bit, I remember that time that I walked in the jungle and when I came upon the tree of life, like I spoke about last time. That essence of creation, getting back to that, inspires me. Because ultimately what? It's about the journey. It's not about the end result. It's about what happened there that truly is motivated. I have rowing medals up the wazoo. Rowing has defined my life, yet it's the journey. It's what happened on the way to those that is all that matters to me. That's where the personal growth comes. That's just a frosting on the cake, right? You do the deep work, get in the jungle, that will serve you as trust starts to crack a little bit and you need that kind of reignition, if you will. Now, number 2 is you have to develop what I call a true north protocol. Okay, and I'll break this down for you. How do you equip yourself day in and day out to maintain the course moving towards your true north always? So my true north protocol is a utility belt, for lack of a better term. My Batman utility belt, right? And it's armed with strategic instruments that allow me to keep my trust in what I'm doing and my purpose intact. We all have them instinctively. Intentions, the power of intentions, setting daily intentions, affirmations, right? Books, music. Music's a huge one for me. I'm looking over there because that's where my iPod mini is. Music, conversation, colleagues. I have a thing that I designed last year, something for myself and my kind of strategic plan for me. Knights of the Round Table. Throughout the course of this year, I wanted to attract 12 unique and powerful people into my life that would serve as guiding rods for me and bounce boards that I could immediately pick up a phone, message. They would bring me back to my true north. They would instill the trust back in me. Because sometimes that's all we need, is we just need that little spark, right? And here's the thing. All of these things can come together in a ritualistic habit or pattern to keep trust high and to keep you on your true north. So number 3 now is strategy, right? So you want to keep trust intact. Remember what's happening. Remember that moment in the jungle. Arm yourself with tools and a utility belt, right? That you can serve. Now, number 3, FYI gang, nothing happens without a strategy or a plan. You want to win an Olympic medal? Have a strategy. You want to build a business? Have a plan. You want to climb Mount Kilimanjaro when you turn 50? Yeah, you got a plan for it. You want to run a marathon? Bucket list items? You got a plan for it. Keeping your trust intact, you got a plan for it. So I've created what we call here a winning ritual. How do I daily set myself up for success to keep me on that compass point? For me, It's a non-negotiable. So I'm just going to give you an example of what my utility belt looks like in the morning. Coffee, non-negotiable. Coffee, right? Deep breathing, a mindfulness meditation, music, cinematic score. I have my music that I play that elicits a passionate, proactive response in me. It inspires me. It fuels me. I watch one YouTube video in the morning, motivational. Then I set my intention every day, how I want the attention to go. And I write it right there on my glass window with a dry erase marker. Okay? Powerful and epic was today's. I'm sharing that with you. It's my personal one, but I'm going to share it with you. Powerful and epic. How many times I looked at that in the day to keep me focused? That's an example of a winning ritual. You do that and you create a habitual response pattern to keep your truth in check by keeping your trust in the work that you've done high. Stay the course. Okay, so those are two components on your way to personal growth. Truth, trust. Next week, I'm going to break down the third and final T in this equation, which is time. Time. Consistency of application of habitual response patterns, True North protocol, reminded of my jungle event, over time creates and imprints a new you. Up here, down here, out there for success. We'll talk about that next week. Thank you all for tuning in. I trust this finds you well, and honor your truth. Gang, no matter what, please, you owe it to yourself. Do the deep work. Honor that truth with trust. You will be a better person, and the world will be a better place for it. All right. Love you guys. Cheers.